I think everyone can agree that 2020 wasn't the best of years for everyone. In fact, you probably consider it a pretty shitty year all around. The one thing that was a positive out of all the negative bullshit was the games that came out. We had actually had a lot of really good games. A lot of great games, some controversial and disappointing, and then there were games that had problems, to say the least. Now, this isn't a video reflecting on the year of 2020, although I could make another video reflecting on that year and whatever happened. No, this is about the current and future games coming out, and this is a new weekly series that I want to do, where I want to find games that are coming out the week of and tell you guys when and where they are available. The games I want to look out for are not only on console and multi-platform, like on the Switch and Xbox and PS4, but I also want to give focus onto Steam, as there are a lot of games that get lost in the massive library of games that are released daily, and I want to give those games that I think look interesting some spotlight, even though I'm not really that big of a channel right now, but you know. So here are some games coming out in the week of January 3rd through January 10th. Since Cyberpunk Story. So this game has some controversy with the character models, and that's how I found out originally about this. But after watching the trailer, it seems like a really interesting game. So this is a 2D adventure game with survival horror elements. The gameplay mainly revolves around using items and going from one side of the screen to another. The atmosphere and visual style is really cool for survival horror fans. Also, it's cyberpunk. So if that's your thing, then that's a plus. The game will be released on the Nintendo Switch on January 7th and is already out on all other platforms. Werewolf, Heart of the Forest. The player takes the role of Maya Borodich, an American woman of Polish descent who has recurring nightmares about a forest of wolves and travels to, oh my god, I'm going to butcher this, someplace in Poland, I'm sorry, to learn about her family history and the primeval, I'm going to say primeval voice, I'm sorry to the developer. The gameplay text-based and consists of reading narration while making decisions that affect the story's direction and Maya's personality. Actions consume rage and willpower resources and affect what actions can be performed in the future. So it's kind of like, it's a visual novel kind of game, but what's really interesting to me is, one, it's got a cool visual style, but it also has tabletop down gameplay, which is interesting as well. So the game will be released on the Nintendo Switch, and it also has a demo on the Switch to give you a trial, so you can try it out for yourself. And it's also on other platforms such as Steam and Windows. Iris Fall. This game is a puzzle adventure game, but the game's visual style is one of its main attractions, at least in my opinion. It has a black and white visual style that is striking to the player. The game has no dialogue, it tells its narrative through its gameplay. However, do beware that this game is very short, clocking around 3 hours or so, and it's priced around $15. But if you're looking for a short puzzle game that will grab your attention, then this might be for you. This game releases on January 7th on Switch, and I believe it's already out on other platforms, but it might be released on January 7th as well. Iron Conflict. This game is an online real-time strategy game set in World War II. It lets you choose from hundreds of different units, including normal standard units like soldiers and medics and whatnot, and even tanks, to use against others online. I'm not the biggest fan of this genre, but I feel like this game looks really cool, and it would be really appealing to people who like the real-time strategy games, which is kind of a cool thing, at least, in my opinion. And also, people that are fans of World War II games. This game comes out on January 8th on PC, Windows, and Steam. Sure. Mambo Wave. This is a 2D side-scroller shooter game with pixel graphics that's set in the 90s. Now, this game, it's probably not going to be, it's not the most, what's the word? Advanced, I guess. That's kind of a terrible word, but whatever. But it's pretty cheap. It's around $2. I just wanted to throw this one in there for someone who's looking for a game to play that's on the low side. A short 2D side scroller that's pretty short. Yeah. And this game releases on PC on January 9th. And Hike. Originally, I was supposed to put another game in this final slot, but that said game got pushed back to February. So instead, I went on Steam and looked for another game that caught my eye, and I found this game called Hike. This game is pretty self-explanatory. You just walk around and hike in a forest. The game has a really, really beautiful art style, and it's also around $2. So it's a title that's really good looking, and you just want something really relaxing for a really low price. Then this might be for you. This game this game will be released on Steam on January 8th. So here are some games that I found interesting to me, and hopefully you too. I'm probably going to try to make this a weekly series, but hopefully it works out. But yeah, if you like the video, hit the like below and subscribe for more of this content. So later.